Hey, this is Reddit Stories. I am reading stuff. Today we will be continuing with r/pettyrevenge. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Now sit back and enjoy the stories. Toilet shenanigans. I work in a large grocery store and out the back there's two toilets, male and female. Some dingbat thought I should hurry up after my afternoon poop after I'd just sat down and was loudly complaining to other people and banging on the door. So I got up, finished and flushed, and as I walked out the door, pressed the lock door button in on the handle. The toilet door swung shut and stayed closed as he grabbed the handle and shook it. I shrugged, walked off, and he had to use the customer toilets up the front on the other side of the store. If you enjoyed this video so far, don't forget to like and subscribe to help us make more videos. Blow your horn at me. Fine. Hi Reddit, this is my first petty revenge post, so I'm excited. This just happened, so I'm going to relay it before I forget any details, and since I listen to a number of Redditors like Voicey, r/, Illuminati, Fresh, Oz, Kalika, etc., so I'll try to make it fun to read. My native language is English and I'm on my computer, so feel free to fuss at my formatting or grammar. Story. My family sends me out to gather breakfast for them every morning from a nearby local fast food restaurant, and to get to it, there is one four-way stop with traffic lights. I had just picked up the food and I was in the turn lane, waiting for the turn light to come up. I had turned my head to grab a straw from the passenger seat to put in my drink when suddenly a loud continuous horn is blown at me. Note, the light had been red and the turn signal was not up when I turned my head to reach for the straw. That means in the amount of 5 seconds I had someone blowing their horn at me. I look up, naturally irritated, and find behind me the jockiest looking McJerkface yelling at me from his shiny silver and chrome truck, which was jacked up on two tall wheels, completing the look of I used too many steroids and now my twig and berries have shriveled and I need to compensate elsewhere. I'm a short girl in a small Ford Fusion from '08, I'm not intimidating by any means. But I'm a vindictive witch who has no problem being an absolute brat when I'm irritated. And it's the butt crack of dawn and I haven't gotten to have my morning tea, I'm cranky, hungry, and caffeine deprived. Cue my somewhat unintentional revenge. So in my natural, irritatingly bratty fashion, I decidedly putter along, the traffic isn't heavy and I don't have a line behind me aside from this pumped up red-faced limp noodle screaming at me from behind his windshield, through the intersection. Of course this Mumpsimus, with his one brain cell bouncing about his skull like some enraged crested gecko, can't stand this, revs his engine and tries to pass me in the intersection. Well, for a second, my heart beating in my throat since that was terrifying since he almost sideswiped me trying to whip around me, thought that my revenge was over and pretty much thwarted, and thought a few choice curse words and insults to this psycho twitdiddle who could have easily killed me. Then I heard it. W-O-O-P W-O-O-P. The Dr. Zoidberg-like scream of a cop car's siren accompanied with the bright blue lights as a cop shot across the intersection past me. As I turned into the correct lane, I rubbernecked as far my little neck let me without being dangerous, as the cop got out of the car and clearly gave our Earthworm Jim lookalike a hell of a talking to. I then turned into my neighborhood, cackling like a crazy woman at the insane coincidence of it all, as you rarely see police around my area and I hadn't even noticed the cop in the first place. I don't know if he got a ticket, but I like to think he did, and while it started out as petty revenge, it became a karmic slap to the face for being a jerky McJerkface. To clarify some things, it was a left turn, so no, I could not turn until the turn signal appeared. Said turn signal was not up when I turned my head to reach. When I looked as I turned, the turn signal was all that was up and the main lights were still red. For those calling me a bad driver, driving slowly for a turn is not bad driving. My intent may have not been safety, but it is not bad driving. I was not inconveniencing anyone but this jerk, as it was just the two of us in the turn lane, and just drove slowly in the intersection. Once I got into the lane I was turning on, I would have gone into normal speed. Further, for everyone who hasn't turned their head once at a red light and stares at the light like a dog does the robo-bunny box on a racetrack, cast your stones, I don't care. Where I'm from, what he did is considered extremely rude. Had he just lightly made a tapped honk I wouldn't have even blinked and gone on as usual, but he laid on the horn like I was some dying cow laying on the street in my death throes in his way, and I don't appreciate my eardrums being assaulted like that. People where I live don't lay on the horn unless someone is about wreck or the person hasn't moved after a few tapped, short honks. and I didn't even get to grab my straw. As for the rubbernecking, the guy was pulled over in front of me and I drove by where he was pulled off, as that was the lane I had been turning on, and wasn't that far from my turn into the neighborhood. All I saw was the cop get out of his car, and I'm guessing that he was going to get chewed out. Hit the subscribe button for more daily Reddit content and press the bell icon to get notified when a new video is uploaded. Also, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, it really does help the channel. If you have any ideas, suggestions, let us know in the comment section. See you in the next one.